Good morning again. I am back from breakfast and ready to start a second writing session of the morning. It's now a little after 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm happy with the amount of writing I was able to already do and want to see if I can tackle another chapter before I do another quick break for lunch. And while I took my break to eat breakfast, I was thinking a little bit about my goals for the retreat and what I'm trying to do. I'm actually writing a little bit faster than what I thought I was going to be. I thought I was going to tackle maybe a chapter a day, and I've been able to do a little bit more than that. So that's good news, exciting. But it means that I need to think about kind of how I want to use the time that I have in the remaining days of the retreat. So I had a couple options for this morning session that I was thinking about. One was to just read over what I've already written. So read introduction through chapter 6, see what's there, maybe make some notes about things that need to be added, and not really worry so much about word count, but just kind of look over everything, basically. And then my second option was to continue to add to the word count, to pick another chapter and see how far I could get. And I decided to go with option 2. I'm in a pretty good writing mode right now. I'd like to see how far I can get with adding more content, and I've chosen to work on chapter 10, which is a chapter about working more on self-promotion, if that's something that's of interest to the readers of the book. And I feel like when I have a larger chunk of time like this, hours at my disposal, adding content is probably a better option for me than doing revision, which is something that I can more easily do when I have smaller amounts of time to work with. So I'm going to dive in again, see how far I can get with chapter 10, and then I'll take another brief break for lunch. So maybe another couple hours of writing time. We'll see how long it takes me to get some content into chapter 10. Thanks for sticking around. Okay, I'm to another spot where I think I'm going to pause. It is now about 12:20, which means I've been writing for a little over 2 hours now. I have about, let's see here, uh, 14 and a half pages that I was able to write for this particular chapter, which is a little over 4,000 words. So between this chapter and what I wrote this morning, I'm a little shy of the word count I had yesterday, a little less than 200 words shy. Not that I'm competing with myself, although it would certainly be nice to hit that same number today. So I'm going to go ahead and pause. This chapter is not done. I still have some pieces that I'd like to include. But that said, this is probably the most solid content I've produced thus far in terms of just it being really close to being the final version. This is a chapter that's talking a lot about different kinds of platforms for self promotion, and it includes a lot of links and just kind of information about different platforms and features and resources that people can use. And I was able to add in a lot of that information as I went. So, feeling pretty solid about the work thus far. Altogether, so far this morning, I've written about 5,500 words and have added a little over 20 pages to the manuscript. So I'm going to take a break, have something to eat, and circle back this afternoon to see if I can wrap up the rest of this chapter and maybe do a little more work on other content for the book. Thanks for hanging in and watching again my morning session, day 2 of my 10-day writing retreat to work on my third book on managing your professional academic identity online. And I'll be back with another update later this afternoon.